We're featuring some of our favorite transformation stories of industry leaders and folks in our own community. And today we have with us our good friends and personal mentors, Todd and Leah Rae. And they'll be telling you a lot more. But this power couple created their online business to bring Todd home from a very profitable job that had him on the road just about all the time. And we still remember the day they made that a reality. From that point, Todd and Leah celebrated their first seven-figure year last year. And we've seen them walk across stages to accept awards. We've been there to cheer them on as they taught marketing lessons from stage, as well as from behind their computers with their kids at their feet. And Todd and Leah have learned what it takes to help other people create the time freedom that they deserve. And that's their mission, to help families create success online. We could say so much more because of they've helped us so much. And we realize we're just one of thousands. Today, you can hear from them as they get real and raw, talking about some of their successes and struggles in this business. But to start out, let's just say, how did you get started in this online marketing business?
Well, first off, thanks for having us. We are excited because that sounds like we're like amazing, but I went to school for a nurse and he went, music education. Like, we're not like made to do this. This has been a big journey. And so any opportunity that we get to help people through their journey to show them that they can do it is important to us, because we needed that when we first got started. Was it 4 years now? I don't know.
2014, was it?
Yeah, I think we were introduced to a home business opportunity, and at first it was super casual. I didn't really get what we were looking at. And then we started to realize what we could really do. Like it was actually an opportunity for our family, which we had been looking for, because Todd was traveling, flying out Sunday afternoons through Thursday evenings, Friday mornings. And I was a part-time single mom, which wasn't what we wanted. So that drew us into the industry and to really push ourselves and to learn. And because we tried to do offline stuff and it really didn't work and we wasted a lot of time and money, we came online and we started to learn real successful proven strategies that worked in just not busy. But that's kind of our startup story.
Cool.
Very cool. Okay. Well, you've been helping a lot of people. What has been your biggest challenge?
Our biggest challenge that we see with other people, or like the biggest challenge we've had in our business?
Both.
I'd say like with helping other people, I think the biggest challenge is getting them to focus in on the things they need to focus in on and not chase the shiny objects. Mm-hmm. That's a really tough one, because there's just so much information out there, and there's a lot of offers, coming their way about the latest and greatest strategies. And even when people say that they realize that this is going to take hard work, that's, they're going to have to invest in their education and it's going to take time, whenever they see a promise of easy money, it seems like they're always chasing after it. And it's getting people to really focus in on what they need to focus on now. That sometimes is just the hardest thing.
Yeah, definitely. And I think for us, we do have now 2 young boys that business is only this much of our life, right? We've got so much else that we have going on. And so balancing growth, personal development, growing our business, maintaining what we've got, and life with our kids, I think is an ongoing struggle for us and probably for pretty much everyone. We all have lives that we've got to work around and deal with, and still grow and still get better and expand our business and everything.
Yeah, what have you learned about how to balance your business and your family life? I know that the business itself could be all consuming, and I know that family is real important for you.
Yeah, it definitely can. I mean, we try to leverage, we've really shifted our business into more leveraged activity so that it's, do the work and it works for you, it continues to work for you ongoing versus, the grind, where you have to earn every sale, that sort of thing. So using more leverage strategies has helped. And honestly, as a mom, getting help and we, in a perfect world, we'd, not get daycare or help with the kids a few times a week or whatever. But in reality, I'm actually looking at programs right now. I'm like, okay, because mama needs some solid thinking time, uninterrupted, not every 5 minutes has to sit on the potty for 20 minutes. I need uninterrupted thinking time. And so it's okay to get help and have a support system in place that you can, that everyone's on the same, that supports each other, right? That your spouse, your partner, your family understands where you're coming from and can support you in your journey so that you can carve out the time that you need to really do what you got to do. And then be present when you're with your family. When you got to take some time to build the business, but when you're with your family, put the phone down, turn off social media, fully be present so that you can make the most of that time.
That's super wise, to be present. I think I heard you speak on that recently on one of your trainings, and I was like, yes, that is so important. The kids need to know that you are focused in on them. So yeah, that's a great point. That's great. So tell us a little bit about your breakthrough. You were saying how, you were struggling and you wanted to get Todd home and all of that. Describe a little bit about, your before and after and that breakthrough.
I'd say there's been a few of them, really. I mean, it's a process, and even now it's still a process. Our business is not yet where we want it to be, but we're a lot further along than what we ever thought we would be.
Yeah, it's not. I'd love to say that there was this before and after and this aha moment, but it's a bunch of little ahas along the way. It's first learning that we could generate our own leads online. That was an aha moment. And then making our first sale online was an aha moment. And we didn't have the full picture as soon as we made that first sale. We didn't understand everything.
Mm-hmm.
We've continued, and it's a journey. There isn't a black and white. There's not a light that turns on. It's an ongoing process of personal development, the way that you think, the way that you see your business, and even the direction that you end up going in your business, that ends up kind of changing and moving with you as you develop as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I think a lot of people just imagine having this, like you said, this aha moment where it's suddenly you understand and then you make a change and then there's an immediate result. And it's not like that. Right. Sometimes you get that idea I get it. And you implement something and there's no result. And then you still have to go through that trial and error.
Or there's a result, but it only lasts for a few days and you're like, oh.
And then you got to figure out why. Right. And it's always like that. And it's just, the biggest thing is just being able to take those failures and take those, what normally would discourage people and keep going. Right. And just keep plowing through it and keep learning. And keep growing and developing. And a lot of people just don't do that. They'll have that aha moment maybe, and then they'll implement something and it doesn't work, and then they suddenly get discouraged and they quit, right? Or they say, oh, this is a scam. Let me go chase the next shiny object that promises me instant riches, right? Mm-hmm. Or they, maybe they don't have that aha moment, and they're just grinding away and they're making progress, but they just don't see it because it's so gradual.
Have you seen that internet meme about entrepreneurship? Our friend Lisa Torres just posted it again. I've seen it a few times, but it's this up and down, kind of like what you see a profits chart or something for a business like this. And it's entrepreneur mindset. I'm amazing. I suck. This is amazing. I'm going to make it work. Oh, this is never going to happen. And then you're up and down, but all the while you're actually in an upward trajectory. You are.
Yes.
But it's still this where you're yay, we finally got it. And the next day you're like, oh.
Yeah, I know for us, we've found that we learn this, and then we learn this skill, and then we learn this skill, and then we learn this skill. And somewhere along the way, we begin to say, oh, you know what? I think these things fit together somehow. And but the way we've learned them wasn't necessarily stepwise, moving from one logical thing to what's next. It's well, and in our coaching too, we've coached people that they've got it how to get leads, but they don't know what to do with them, or, and is often the case, they still don't know what their target market is. But they're bringing in people, but they don't have anything to do with their target market. And well, thinking about coaching, and I remember vividly, Todd, when you and I were talking, and you first encouraged us to get into coaching. Mm-hmm. But I know that you've received coaching, we have received coaching, and as an online entrepreneur, how has the coaching you've received made a difference for you and your business?
Yeah.
Massive.
Yeah, it's every time we've had like a massive jump in our income, it's been because of personal coaching. It's when we've hired that one-on-one coach. And I distinctly remember when we learned how to call leads. Right?
Yeah, well, even just the first step in our journey of how to generate a lead and how to make that very first sale, that came from a coach.
Right.
So going from zero to the very first baby steps came because we hired a coach. Then we were chugging along. We worked with him for a while, and then we were chugging along, implementing what he had taught us. And we got to this place where, yeah, we were making sales, but we had a really low conversion rate. I was calling leads, and only about 25% of them were actually purchasing. Well, for as much as a time that took me, that was really sad and very disappointing. So we spent some money. I worked with a coach to help me get better at closing. And that went from 25% up to 75%. So imagine 3 timesing your income simply because you got a coach.
I hate to break this to you, but you were starting at about 5%.
Okay, well, so it was 25% on a good day.
And then it went up to 50 to 75. So it was like a 10-fold increase.
It was huge.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the generating the same leads, doing the same amount of activity online, and just being able to close more sales, that came from a coach. And then when we went, from barely making 5 figures a month, we hired a coach, and we were able to get to 6 figures a month. So, it's always been a coach. Mm-hmm. Because they have the path. They've been there. They've done it. You're gaining from their wisdom and expertise, so you don't have to go through all the same mistakes and ups and downs that they had.
Right.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing. Like, you've got to go through those trial and errors, right? You got to learn it yourself. That you can't have, a lot of people kind of want this, like, they'll say, "Oh, I'm ready to work as hard as it takes. I'm going to work as hard as I need to make this work. Just tell me what button I need to push, and I'll push it as many times as I need to." And they want this to be like some sort of like a mindless make money thing, right? Where it's not. The hard part isn't necessarily in performing the actions. The hard part is in actually understanding it yourself and being able to create something yourself that is unique to you. Right? When we talk about personal branding, you can't. I mean, there's a lot of systems out there that promise, copy and paste this, my business, or copy my business, and blah 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 blah. Well, yeah, to a certain extent, but you still need to make it your own, right? You'll have very limited success with any done for you program. If you really want to succeed and be a leader here, you've got to make it your own somehow, and that's where the tough part comes in. Is creating your own funnels and putting your own face out there and creating your own brand. That's the tough part, and it takes some learning, and it takes trial and error. And it's not just this mindless, push button type of work. It's you really got to process things and learn how to analyze and really think about what's going on and how to do it yourself, right? And for a lot of people, that's the toughest part. And so what the personal coaching does, I mean, the coaching, it's the shortcut, right? Coaching is like the shortcut to the shortcut. That's where you gain the wisdom without necessarily having to go through all the trial and error. Where when you have a specific problem, you say, okay, well, I did what you told me to do, and now this is a problem I'm running into. and they're able to pinpoint exactly what you need to work on. They'll say, okay, well, let me see what you're doing here. Let me see what you're doing here. Okay, well, look at this. See this little thing that you did here on your landing page. This is probably what's going to, you know, blah, 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 right? There's so many things that they can look at because of their experience, you know, all the trial and errors that they have already gone through. That's the shortcut that you get when you hire a coach. The knowledge, you know, yeah, they can direct you to the knowledge, but the knowledge is, you can buy training programs, all the knowledge you want. You can pretty much learn everything that you need to learn from training programs. But the shortcut is in the wisdom, right? The wisdom that comes along with it. And that's what the private coach does for you. And for us, I mean, being able to go from, like Leah mentioned, when we were making 5 figures a month to making as much as 6 figures a month, and sometimes multiple 6 figures a month, it really didn't take too long. It only took a matter of 4 to 6 months, if I remember right. And it was a lot of hard work, but the only reason we were able to accomplish it in that short of amount of time is because we had a private coach.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we're finishing up here. Final takeaway. What would be a top insight, or, you know, something you'd just like to share that we haven't already covered? One little maybe to-do step.
I would say to know that you're not in this alone. You need to network, build up a support system of people that you know that are on this journey further ahead, hopefully several, but also, you know, others just who are where you are, to help and support each other. Yes, that means get a coach. Right? You should be in some sort of coaching or training program, that's for sure. But you need to build up that network of people who can root for each other, brainstorm with each other, and support each other.
Right. Find the people that have the lifestyle and the business that you want, and go connect with them. That is going to be, that's going to open the doorway to everything else in your business. Right. If you try to do this all on your own, right, sitting behind your computer and just kind of keeping everything at arm's length and never contacting anybody and thinking that you're going to accomplish it all yourself, yeah, it's going to be a long, hard process if you ever get there at all. Right? Yeah. You need to reach out. You need to network. Go to events. Get coaches, and really just surround yourself with people that are going to help you get to where you want to go.
Sounds like wise advice. Appreciate that very much.
Absolutely.